Hi, I'm Cathy with Level Up RN. In this video, I will be discussing several different tests that are used to evaluate the effectiveness of antimicrobial drugs. And at the end of the video, I'm going to give you guys a little quiz to test your understanding of some of the key facts from the video. So be sure to stay for that. And if you have our Level Up RN microbiology flashcards, pull out your flashcard on this topic so you can follow along with me. The first test we're going to talk about is the Kirby-Bauer disc diffusion test, which tests the susceptibility of specific microorganisms to antimicrobial drugs. In other words, we are trying to see if a specific drug can inhibit the growth of a specific microorganism. During this test, filter paper discs, which are labeled as A, B, and C in the image, are impregnated with known concentrations of different antimicrobial drugs. Next, these discs are placed on an agar plate that has been inoculated with a known concentration of the specific bacteria that we are trying to inhibit or kill. The agar plate is then incubated and assessed. If an antimicrobial drug is effective, then a large clear area around the disc will be observed. This is the zone of inhibition. And the larger the zone, the more effective the agent is. So in this example, you can see that antibiotic C was the most effective at inhibiting this particular bacteria. Antibiotic B was somewhat effective, and antibiotic A was not effective at all. One important thing to note is that this test does not differentiate between the inhibition of bacterial growth and the killing of bacterial cells. If we want to differentiate between drugs that are bacteriostatic versus bactericidal, we would use the dilution test, which we're going to talk about next. The dilution test is used to determine a drug's minimal inhibitory concentration, or MIC, as well as the drug's minimal bactericidal concentration, or MBC. So MIC is the lowest drug concentration that inhibits visible bacterial growth, whereas MBC is the lowest drug concentration that kills 99.9% of the bacteria that we started with. To determine MIC, decreasing concentrations of the drug are placed in test tubes, and then the same amount of bacteria is placed in each tube. The tubes are then incubated and then assessed for turbidity, which indicates bacterial growth is present. So as you can see in this example, the lower concentrations of the drug, including the 2 and 4 micrograms per milliliter concentrations, did not inhibit bacterial growth. So in this example, the minimal inhibitory concentration is 8 micrograms per milliliter. Then to determine the MBC, the tubes with no visible bacterial growth are inoculated onto agar plates, and the agar plates are incubated and then assessed. After incubation, you can see that the lowest concentration of the antimicrobial drug that resulted in no visible bacterial growth is 16 micrograms per milliliter. The last test we're going to talk about is an E-test, which is an alternate test for determining a drug's MIC. It combines the Kirby-Bauer disc diffusion test with the dilution test. With this test, plastic strips containing a gradient of an antibiotic are placed on an agar plate that has been inoculated with a specific bacteria. As the bacteria grows, an elliptical zone of inhibition can be observed. So in this example, the MIC of the antibiotic against this specific bacteria is 1.5 micrograms per milliliter. All right, it's quiz time, and I have 3 questions for you. Question number 1, using the Kirby-Bauer disc diffusion test, what do you call the clear circular area around the impregnated disc following incubation? The answer is the zone of inhibition. Question number 2. What term describes the lowest drug concentration that inhibits visible bacterial growth? The answer is the minimal inhibitory concentration, or MIC. Question number 3. Which test can be used to determine the minimal bactericidal concentration, or MBC, of an antibiotic? the Kirby-Bauer diffusion test, or the dilution test? The answer is the dilution test. All right, that's it for this video. I hope it was helpful. If so, be sure to hit that like button. Take care and good luck with studying. Growth of a specific it combines the Kirby-Bauer. We invite you to subscribe to our channel and share a link with your classmates and friends in nursing school. And if you found value in this video, be sure to hit that like button and let us know what you found to be particularly helpful.